Hi, Witchy School of Wisdom, witches. How are you? What's up, my witches? What's up? It is Witchy Wednesday. Believe that? Can you believe we made it through halfway through the week already? Yay, yay. Let's invite some folks in, shall we? Let's get this conversation started. Hello, 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 hello. Asking for some people to come in. If you're here, say hello. Welcome to Witchy School of Wednesday, Wisdom Wednesday. Witchy Wisdom Wednesday. One of these days I'm going to get that right. I made that, created this tag, Witchy School of Wisdom and Wisdom Wednesdays, and I can't seem to say it all at one time. If you're here, say hello. Hey, Donna, how are you? Good morning there. It's evening, well, afternoon here, late afternoon. So good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Hello, wherever you are at globally. We are energetically connected, so whatever time zone you are in, greetings, greetings, greetings. Merry meet, everyone. Hope everyone is doing great on this Witchy Wisdom Wednesday. I said it! And I didn't fumble over my words. Witchy Wisdom Wednesday. So we're just going to wait for some people to come in. If you're here, say hello. Say merry meet, everyone. Hello, Victoria. Thank you for joining us. Welcome, welcome to Witchy Wednesday. How are you? Hope everyone is doing well. I am in Austin, Texas, if you don't know, and it's about, we had a little cold spell, so it's in the 80s. A couple days ago, it was in the hundreds, so I will take the 80s any day, for sure. Hope you're doing well, Victoria. So my name is Madam Z, and I am the magical headmistress here in the Witchy School of Wisdom, School of Witchery. Everything you need to know about tarot, woo, and magical stuff you will find here in the group. We have an awesome group, lots of people in here, lots of women hanging out, enjoying their witchy path. I'm a Magickal Life coach, Magickal Life mentor, and what that means is I coach and mentor newbie witches coming out of the broom closet, and I empower them through learning and teaching of magic, and that also includes tarot, divination, spell casting, witchy stuff, day in the year studies, all kinds of cool stuff. It includes everything, right, under the umbrella of paganism, witchcraft, occult studies. So welcome to the occult magic store of Witchy School of Wisdom. I change it every day. I'm like, what's today? What energy am I feeling today into the group, right, in the group? So could spell, I know. Sorry. So today is Witchy Wisdom Wednesday, and this is when I go live in the group, and I just share tips and tricks about being a witch and little things that you can do to be more magical and bring more witchy goodness into your life. So if you're watching the replay, hit hashtag replay for me so I know that I need to respond to you after the live is over with. And we're not going to forget about you. We say hello to all of our replay people, so thank you all for catching us after the live today. So today we are going to talk about the Muggle Mundane magical tool that you can use in your magical toolbox called the scissors. Does anybody here have a magical toolbox? Say yes, I have one. Yeah, I have several. That includes your athame, your wand, your censer, your pentacle, your cauldron, your chalice, your crystals, incense, anything like that is considered magical tools. So does anybody here have a magical toolbox? If they do, say please, magical toolbox. So hit magical toolbox in the, hit magical toolbox, sort of yes. Hi, Elizabeth. How are you? So type in magical toolbox if you practice or if you have any tools that you use in your magical craft. So we're going to get you started on what you should be using. Yes, for sure. Hey, Donna has some. Yay. So we're going to talk about scissors. Everybody has scissors. Muggles have scissors. But this is the whole cool thing about being a witch and being magical, is taking everyday mundane things that you find in the muggle world and making them magical. Now, scissors are powerful tools in your magical toolbox, and you need them. They are great for transformational work. They transform paper into petitions in magic, cloth into little mojo bags. They use a tool to as a sever cut ties, cutting both ties physically and mentally, spiritually, breaking curses, bringing endings, starting new beginnings, and can free us energetically, spiritually, and physically, ending things. So there are powerful things to have in your toolbox. I'm still working on finding my magic items. We are getting there. Yes, you're getting there. And we're going to talk about that, Elizabeth. So we're going to talk about magical toolboxes. And yeah, so don't worry about that. We were going to talk about that outside of this one. So yeah, we're good. It is also great for symbolically, like opening the doors, opening things in your life that you want to manifest. If you think of like when you do a grand opening, right? You have a business endeavor. You've worked really hard on opening up this, ritual space, opening up this new business, opening up this new adventure. You have the ribbon, right? And everybody comes in and gathers, right? Like it's a ritual. People are like, no, it's not a ritual. It's a ritual. When people gather and have ceremony, it's a ritual. I don't care what you say, muggles. And they take scissors and cut the ribbon, and that is a symbolic energy of taking those scissors and cutting that ribbon and opening up the possibilities of abundance and fruition and business. So that is an example of scissors as they use to bring in money and opening doors and really just manifesting the things that you want to bring into your life. Hi, Mariah. Hello, witchy sister. Now we use tools also for not only like cutting, opening doors, but we use it for healing. We use it for cooking. We use it for herbs. We use it for harvesting, which means gathering sacred herbs, and you go out there and get your garden scissors and cut down herbs, right? And that is a sign of giving us food and abundance and prosperity and hearth and home, okay? And nutrition and growing. And if anybody is a kitchen witch, you know how to use the magical herbs of the properties of the herbs that you use in your cooking. And that is symbolic of hearth and home, abundance, health. We talked about gardening and food and nurturing and really just healing. Okay, so that is a symbol of cutting that garden that you really worked on, and now you're harvesting that into your home and your hearth, into your soul and your body. And Victoria said, wow, when you think about the use of scissors, cut the cord from mother and child. Yes, I was going to get to that. Yes, very much so. And this is why I want to talk to you about this, is because people forget how important it is for the symbol of scissors to come into your life. We use scissors on everything, and we're going to talk about that. And the symbology behind it and the energy behind it. And we're going to talk a little bit about the history of scissors. We're going to talk about the deities associated with scissors. We're going to talk about maybe a ritual on what you can do with scissors, where it comes from, how to find your scissors, how to consecrate your scissors. So we're going to talk about all of that. So keep the comments coming. I love comments. So when you think of scissors, do you guys think of being a modern type of invention or an ancient invention when you think of scissors? So type in the comments if you think it's a modern or if you think it's ancient, and let's go a little bit deeper and let's think about where you think scissors were invented or where they came from. Who invented them? Where they came from? So type in the comments. Hey April, how are you, my witchy sister? Thank you for joining Witchy Wednesday. Witchy Wisdom Wednesday. www. Triple W. That's what I should call it. Triple W. Witchy's Wisdom. So, does anybody have any comments or suggestions or want to guess? Do you think that they're modern invention? Do you think they're ancient inventions? I know we probably have a lag, right? So I'm going to give you time to comment in there. And who do you think invented them? Scissors are used in ancient times. Yes, Mariah is correct. They were actually, Elizabeth Booth Elizabeth Booth said, Elizabeth. I don't know why I call you Elizabeth Booth. You just Elizabeth to me. I think they've been around since the Bronze Age or something, right? I may be misremembering ancient. Victoria says ancient. Donna says ancient, thinking European. So maybe the Greeks. You guys are all right. Ancient. They're not modern tools. They were, well, a form of scissors was invented by the Egyptians. So gotta leave it up to the Egyptians, right? They invented almost everything in 1500 BCE. They weren't really scissors what we look as scissors to be now. They were a rough form of scissors. They were more like buffet kind of style, kind of tongs before, you know, we got forks and knives and that kind of thing. But in 100 CE is when the Romans actually put them into what we look now at modern day scissors with the little made out of bronze and irons and with the screw that holds the blades together, right? Holds the blades. So that they were invented by the Egyptians, but they were modernized to what we know as scissors to be now by the Romans. So you guys were right. All ancient. Roman times, yep. Victoria's Roman times, yep. Egypt, yep. Egyptians. Yeah, hey Tara, thank you for joining us. I like your Canadian flag. That's cool too. Ding, ding, ding. So smart. I know we're all smart in here, right? We're some smart bitches up in here. Smart witches. So who do you think, though, when you speak of deities, because you know me, I am a goddess worshiper. I walk with the goddess every day, and I'm sure there are tons of people in here, the majority of the witches in here speak to the goddess, work with the goddess, or want to work with the goddess, and bring in some type of aspect with the goddess. There are tons of goddesses that are represented as symbols with scissors or knives or cutting, but I'm just going to talk about one particularly now that we are most familiar with. They have ancient ones like Astropos. I'm horrible with my Greek. I'm sorry. And the three fates and Clotho and Lachesis, but a lot of people are like, I never even heard of those goddesses. Okay, so you can look and research ones that are a little bit less obscure, kind of where you really don't know a whole lot about them, or more obscure. And then you can look to see which one resonates with you the most. But the one that everybody knows and is aware of is, or more common than the ones that I just spoke about, is the blue Tara. Now, when you look at the blue Tara, you will see her in two different forms. One you will see as someone who is killing someone, and the other one is kind of a nurturer to bring in birth. And that's what she is about. She is about death and rebirth. You will see her with scissors in her hand, a sword in her hand, and that represents cutting things that no longer serve us, getting rid of things that keep us tied, to things that are not good for us. And it is very important that you realize that when you look at her, she looks fierce as hell. You're like, oh my God, this goddess is straight up just scary as hell. I don't want to work with her. But she's super tough to work with. She looks very scary in physical appearances. But when you see her, she's standing on like a burning body that symbolizes like death, of letting go, of cutting things that no longer serve you. And the other picture is of her holding a baby, which is rebirth, right? So it's almost like the death card to me in working with the blue Tara, and she is a Hindu goddess, okay? So she is going to cut the ties that bind you. She is going to help you like be reborn, shedding the skin that is keeping you from living your most authentic life. So look to work with the blue Tara if you really want to work with someone who's just going to like be death and rebirth. If you want a huge transformational shift, you want to work with the blue Tara. Okay. Super interesting goddess to work with. So look to work with her if you want to use some of the cutting energy into cutting ties and to letting go of the past. You want to be reborn from a situation that you want to step out of. So you really want to work with the blue Tara. Let me try to catch up on comments. The three fates. Yep. Elizabeth. Yep. You're correct. Callie can, yeah. Callie's another one, but I don't know if she has scissors. She may, but I know the energy is the same. Okay. The energy is the same. Hey, Chanel, how are you? I'm glad you can be here for a little bit. So she works with like removing obstacles and unwanted habits and negative karma and releasing that kind of thing. So she looks like works with like a third eye. She has 3 eyes, so she has third eye, which means she sees the past, present, future all the time. And she is working with flames and clouds, and you know, flames are always about purification and death, and clouds are always about rebirth and knowledge and thinking and clear thoughts, right? Which is associated with the air. Okay. So she's super, super cool to work with. Not light to work with. You don't want to lightly bring in her. You want to make sure that, yeah, I need to sever these ties to whatever is holding you. And then moving forward with that. How do you spell her name? Let's see. Blue Tara. There are many forms of Tara. The one that we are working with scissors is the blue Tara. Yep, there she is. Okay. So does anybody here work with with blue Tara? I don't. The only one that I really work with is the green Tara or the white Tara. But I haven't used or worked with blue Tara yet. I usually work with Callie, but now that I know that the blue Tara is there, there's tons and tons of different aspects of the Tara. So the blue Tara is amazing to work with. I've worked with the green Tara yet. Yeah. Okay. So let's look at, this is one of my favorite things, is folklore magic. Now on Fridays we have hello mouth. Folklore Fridays, right? In the group on Friday. So I love folklore. Like if you don't know me, I have grown up in the South, Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, that type, right? And so granny magic, mountain magic, Appalachian magic, folklore magic is huge there. And I love folklore magic. So, oh, good, you found it. Yay. My grandma taught me to work carefully. Yeah, she's not one you want to just like, oh, today I'm going to work with, the blue Tara. No. You want to make sure that you are ready to work with her. The taras keep popping up for me, so I'm thinking they're inviting me to check them out. Yep. If they're popping up for you more than 3 times, then they're definitely wanting to work with you. So research the aspect that you want to bring in. So let's talk about scissors and folklore magic. So this is some superstitions we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about all kinds of weird, kind of crazy stuff that's associated with scissors. Did you know that it is unlucky to drop a pair of scissors? Did you know that? And you are not supposed to pick up your own scissors. Someone else is supposed to pick up your scissors for you. And if no one else is there, you have to stomp on the scissors 3 times, and then you are okay to pick up the scissors, and then all the bad energy, all the bad mojo is out of it. But once you, yeah, Mariah, come back. So once you drop the scissors, it's bad luck for you to pick it up unless you stomp on it 3 times. Interesting, isn't it? And there's a whole folklore magic around if you drop the scissors, how they land. So if you have one scissor up, one that lands in the ground, and one scissor like down, right? Or one scissor pokes in the ground. With one blade stuck in the ground, it suggests that there will be a death or a funeral coming into your life. But if both blades are stuck in the ground, it is a sign that you will have a wedding coming into your life. Isn't that interesting? Okay. And here's another cool little tidbit about scissors and folklore magic is that if you receive them as a gift or you're gifted to them, you have to pay the person who gifted to you some type of money, even if it's a penny. If you don't, then it's considered bad omen and that you will sever your friendship with that person. Okay, that's just another kind of folklore magic, grandma magic. What if they land on your foot? I think I see a band-aid in your future. I think I hear some cussing in your future. So one of the most popular things that a magic, as far as scissors does, is, oh, here's another one I forgot to tell you about the folklore magic. If they accidentally break, that's supposed to be a bad omen. Okay, so if you think your scissors are getting kind of old or wobbly, you need to throw them away and just go buy a new one. Just go get a new one. Don't even worry about it. And here's another cool thing. If you always want to close your scissors. If you leave scissors open in your household, you are inviting bad luck, bad juju, bad mojo, bad energy into your home. That's why you always want to close your scissors when you're done with them, so that way you can actually use it as a protection kind of thing, where everything is closed and like a closed door, and nothing can get into your life, your home, your hearth, that kind of thing, your energy. So open means you're inviting stuff in, and closed means that you're protected. So make sure you do that. Isn't that folklore magic kind of cool? I love all that stuff. So let's talk about the magical uses of the scissors. How many scissors do y'all have? It's interesting. I want you to count how many scissors you have. I probably have over 10, 15 pairs of scissors in my home, because I lose them. I misplace them all the time. I leave them someplace. I leave them like in the kitchen, or I leave them in the, my office, or, in the bathroom, or wherever I need them. They're never around. So I always am buying packs and packs of scissors. Yo, welcome, April. Hope you can catch the replay, rest of it. So let's look at the magical energy of scissors and what they are used for. They're symbolically used to cut ties, break curses, bring about endings, cutting cords, photographs, petitions, sigils, contracts. And it also represents bringing in abundance, opening access to your life, and opening the doors and opening ways in order for you to manifest your truest desires. Poppets are great to use with scissors. I always have thread when I'm using with the scissors, or ribbon, or some kind of cord when I'm using cord magic with scissors, and twine. Super, super cool. So when you get scissors, right, you want to make sure that you are actually going to anoint them. You want to smudge them with incense. Let me look at the comments. Elizabeth, I'm glad I keep them closed and safe because, yeah, we have children. So, yeah. Yeah, the best interest would be to close your scissors around little kids. I have like 4 in this room. They're all over my house, though, because I'm scatterbrained. I'm the same way. I always lose them or misplace them, and I never keep up with them. So when you get scissors, right, and you want to dedicate it to your magical toolbox instead of just regular mundane or Muggle life scissors, these are specific scissors that you use only for your magical tools and magical workings. So these are the scissors that you want to dedicate and put in your toolbox. When you get them, you want to smudge them with earth, air, fire, water. You want to anoint them with either olive oil and I usually use my selenite oil. Frankincense oil or any other dragon's blood oil is amazing. You just take a little bit of whatever carrier oil you like and put some dragon's blood resin in there and just stir it up. It'll turn red. And I use that also. Because what you're doing is you want to remove all of the energy of the people that have handled or touched or packaged the scissors or given to you those scissors. You want to start brand new with these scissors, and you want to dedicate these scissors to your magical practice. I know we're going to talk about how to find the magical scissors. We are, because yeah, we're going to talk about magical scissors and how to find them. So first you want to hold your scissors in your hand, and you want to actually take a couple deep breaths and breathe your essence. You want to blow on them 3 times, and you want to smudge them around the earth, air, fire, water elements. And then you want to anoint and rub oil from the base of the scissors to the top of the blade. So you're getting rid of all that energy, right? Go out, go out, go out, go out, right? And you want to hold the scissors in your hand. You want to anoint your hands also with the scissors and make sure that they're really oiled with your dragon's blood oil, your goddess oil, your protection oil, your frankincense oil, whatever oil you want to use. Victoria says, like fabric scissors or hair scissors, woe is a husband that cuts paper with fabric scissors. Yep. You are exactly right. And then you want to say some kind of blessing over the scissors, your ritual tool. Something like, by the powers of earth, air, fire, water, I bless these scissors for magical workings only. I bless these scissors for the use of the god and goddess and be present in all of my magical workings. And I bless these for my magical path in abundance, clarity, and to be grounded. Anything you can say. It doesn't have to be huge, long, magical type of rhyming thing if you don't want it to be. Just make sure you do a blessing over your scissors before you actually start working with them. Yeah, I know. I don't know how many times I've had my scissors dulled by that kind of crap, or opening up packages, right? Those plastic packages. The worst. So that's what you do when you first get your scissors. And then you put them in, you want to charge them under the full moon, right? Or near a crystal. Now, how do you find your scissors? There's so many ways to find scissors. But there's so many different scissors to find. You find the scissors that resonate with you the most, okay? Now, it could be a kid's scissors. It could be some kind of, pinking shear scissors, or a handle that has a specific color that you like. Some of them have ornate things carved in them. It's really what you energetically connect with. Now, not the fad, but what is, I love ornate tools. Okay, so I like to get ones that are like a vintage Victorian looking kind of scissors. They look like birds. Okay. They're like shaped like a stork, shaped like a crane, and you can get these probably online, of course. But keep an eye out for these vintage scissors in um, your antique stores, your thrift stores, something like that. They're great for bringing in the energy of the old ways into your new ways, right? And these were the scissors that they used to work for folk healers. I remember I was at a fair, an antique fair, an outdoor fair, and they had, I don't even know what it was called, but I was fascinated by this. The Victorian women would wear it around their belt, and it was for embroidering. And because they would sit there in the parlor and they would just embroider, but they had to have all these scissors and, you know, needles and thread and all this stuff. And it was silver, and it went around their belt or their waist. And I forget the name of it, but hey, Gamma, how are you? It was beautiful, but the whole set was like $400 though. But oh my God, I would love to have that. So yeah, I have to have like, I like fancy stuff, fancy tools. Yeah, because I mean, it just puts me in the magical mindset of this is the tools that I want to use versus like regular, just, you know, dollar store type of scissors. So look for ones that you really resonate with, okay? And that you're like, oh yeah, these are my magical scissors. And you will find those. Super, super cool. Does anybody have any magical scissors that they use already? Like the stork kind? I know, Gib, aren't they cool? I want one. I want a whole set so bad, but they're so expensive because they're antique. They don't make them anymore. And a complete set is hard to find. But yeah. Yep. All right. So, we've been on here for like half an hour. So does anybody have any questions about the magical uses of tools, of scissors, the Muggle Life scissors? Another thing you can do is a cord cutting, or you can do spells. I know a lot of, in our coven, we have a monthly full moon or new moon, whichever, depending on where we're at and how I feel for the month. But we have rituals in the sister circle that I run online. And we have actually had rituals where we write on a piece of paper what we want to get rid of, and then we take scissors and cut it, or we, you know, that kind of thing, and then we burn it. Or we have an actual thread or something that we symbolize that we are tied to something, and then we cut that also. So it's a whole cord cutting ceremony. It's cutting of things that no longer serve us, but it's also road opening. If you take two pieces of paper, one represents what you want, and then the other represents what you're leaving behind, and you cut a window into one of those pieces of paper that you're leaving behind, and you look through to what you want to manifest. It's like cutting a doorway into what you want in your life. Hey Kim, how are you? So yes, scissors are very symbolic of road opening, cord cutting, releasing, banishing, bringing in, so all kinds of cool stuff that has to do with Muggle scissors of all the things. So all right, does anybody have any questions before we go? No. There is a link that I put in my description that if I have not talked to you or you have not booked your witchy magical call with me, I invite you to click that link and book your call so we can chat about getting you into a program. If you want to learn more about your witchy toolbox, how to create your witchy toolbox, what these tools mean, what elements go in a toolbox, what correspondences are associated with the toolbox, aka the suit of swords is associated with scissors. Okay, so if you want to learn any of this magical stuff, Book that call and we can talk about what program that best suits you. I have several. I have a year, 6-month, and 3-month program that's available now. Okay, so book that call and let's chat and get you in a program. And if anybody has any questions about anything else, going once. 6-second delay, Facebook. If you enjoyed this little mini workshop on Muggle scissors and how to use Muggle tools in your magical life, give me some thumbs up, some hearts. Let me know that you liked it, and we'll continue the series. Yay, yay. Awesome. Thank you all, folks. Thank you. Aw. All right, so on that note, I am going to close out. And like I said, book that call with me. I haven't talked to you yet. I want to talk to you. Okay, we'll sit down and have some magical tea and just hang out. All right, we will see you all in the Witchy School of Wisdom, my witches. Witch on. Bye.